Welcome to Leader Lifestyle Hub. As we have set the target of completing 200 book summaries in the entire year, here comes the book number 151.
Welcome to Leader Lifestyle Hub.
Just a minute. Okay. Great enough. So this is the name of the book that we have today. Presence is the name of the book. And the tagline is bringing your boldest self to your biggest challenges. Written by Cuddy. Let us see the small information of the author. She is an woman, Amy Joy Castleberry Cuddy. She is an American social psychologist, author, and speaker. She is a proponent of power posing, a self-improvement technique whose scientific validity has been questioned. She has served as a faculty member at Rutgers University and Harvard Business School. And she has written 5 books in this journey: Bullies, Bystanders, and Bravehearts. Presence, the book that we are reading today. Leadership Presence, HBR's 10 must reads on public speaking. And When They Trust You, They Hear You. These are the 5 books that the same author written for. Let us see what are the target audience of this book, Presence, and what is the powerful quote that she is telling to us. And let us see the top 3 lessons of the also from this book. Target audience: the 16-year-old who wants to do great things but always thinks they are too shy and can't change that. And second category is the 37-year-old office worker or employee who would like to stand up for themselves better so they can get a rise. And anyone who wants to learn how to become more confident. So those who want to learn become more confident, they can get the benefits from this book. Presence, bringing your boldest self to your biggest challenges. Let us see the small synopsis. Presence is a life-changing guide to growing your self-confidence that shows how your posture, how your mindset, and how body language all expand our feeling of empowerment and your communication skills. Let us listen from the author, Amy Cuddy. Focus less on the impression you are making on others and more on the impression you are making on yourself. Let me repeat the statement. Focus less on the impression you are making on others and more on the impression you are making on yourself. Imagine your first weekly team meeting at your first job out of college. Means when you come out of the college and you enter into team meeting of your first job. As you hear your co-workers talking about their projects, you shrink with fear. You have no idea about what they are talking about or what you are doing for that matter. Means sometimes we attend the meetings where we don't know what are the things going on. This happened to me just a few days into my first real job after college. Although it was terrifying, it was not the first time I had felt so helpless, inferior, and behind. Whether it's a new job or while having a presentation or while giving a presentation of PPT presentation, I'm sure you too have some moments like this you can recall. You may even feel this way right now, but you don't have to. In this book, in her new book, Presence, bringing your boldest self to your biggest challenges, Amy Cuddy teaches us all about how to stay confident even when you don't feel liking it. Means you don't feel like confident. At that time also how to stay confident. Wow, what an empowering book. I was not sure what to expect of Presence at first when I listened to the name of the book. But now I am excited to practice these tips to become more confident. This is not your average advice on courage, and between the actionable tips it gives, and the science to back up why they work, this book will change your life. Let us see the top 3 lessons of this book. Here are just 3 of many empowering lessons from this book. If you want more courage and the ability to handle stress better, find and write about your top core value. So whatever the top core value, it might be authenticity, honesty, dedication, determination, passionate, family, whatever your top core value is, write about your top core value. Second thing is beat feelings of powerlessness by remembering past wins and other positive events. And the final lesson that we are going to read today is your posture is evidence of how you feel about yourself, and by improving your posture, even right now, you will become more self-confident. Let's dig deeper into each and every lesson, and we'll see what we can take from today onwards. Let's dive in right now and discover how to become more confident in the presence. Lesson number 1. Find your top core value and write about it if you want to handle stress better and become more courageous. You know that playing to your strengths will make you more confident, but how do you do that? While some self-help books will tell you to use affirmations, they don't always work. Sometimes affirmations works, but sometimes it might not work unless you utilize the power of your core values. To get started, follow the pattern 1 Stanford psychologist used for a study on strengthening core values. First, write out everything that is most important to you. Take a paper and write down everything what is most important to you. You might include ideals like spirituality, family, diligence, love, whatever the words that you come into your mind, put it out on the paper. Once that done, once you have written down all the feelings that you have written down on the paper, or what are the important things on your paper, narrow down just one that you feel is your core value. Then write an essay about it, including why it's more important to you. Although this is very simple, this technique has the power to make you more confident and better at handling stress. And multiple studies, researchers confirm that the potential this exercise has to improve your courage. One had a group of participants write about core values while a control group wrote about general subjects. There was a research conducted between 2 types of categories. One group of participants wrote about only core values. Second group wrote about some general subjects. Once the essays were finished, researchers put participants into stressful situation to see how they are reacted. Those who had written about random topics had an increase in stress hormones, while those who wrote about core values had none of the stressful hormones generated. Writing about your core values will give you a major confidence boost. Consistently utilizing their power is not so easy though, but we are going to learn about that in our next lesson. So how to utilize the consistent of the core values. Let us see the lesson number 2. Reminding yourself of past wins is a great way to beat powerlessness. So if you are feeling less powerful, or if you are feeling less confident, then remember your past wins. Whatever you have achieved in your life, at least few of the achievements you might get remembered. Do you feel like there are some aspects of your life that you are out of your control? The author once got a message from a woman named Cassie D, who was really struggling with these feelings. Like, I'm completely out of control. I am not able to handle this situation. This type of things were going on from her friend Cassidy. Cassidy had been a great track and field athlete throughout the school. But once the college was over, the part of her life was gone and her confidence had gone with it. Sometimes all it takes is just feeling helpless to make you actually powerless. Sometimes all it takes is just feeling helpless to make you actually powerless. Breaking the cycle takes an understanding of two systems that govern this aspect of your life. So there are two systems that we are going to read now. One is the approach system, second one is the inhibition system. Let us see what are these two systems. The approach system makes you want to try new things and be adventurous. So if you follow the approach system, you try to do some new things and doing adventurous. It's alive and well in outgoing people who are good at taking advantage of professional and social opportunities. The second system, which we call it as the inhibition system, does the opposite and keeps you cautious. This might help you stay safe, but sometimes it gets out of control and makes you feel helpless as you focus on times when you are powerless. If you are feeling stuck, ruminating on something that you can't control, remember a time when you had a win which made you feel empowered. This will activate the approach system and help you improve your situation. It's essentially helpful if the event is related to your core values. Just the other week, I was feeling down and utilized this. I began listening to some empowering music that helped me remember all the times in my life that I have worked hard to beat the odds and reach my greater goals. I quickly felt much better as I realized that I am in more control than I think. So whenever you are feeling down or whenever you are feeling low, just listen to some empowering music that you love to, and also remember about your past wins, how you have overcome your challenges in the journey. So let us move on to the lesson number 3. If you want to become more self-confident, improve your posture. Would you believe me if I told you that you can improve your feeling of empowerment right now just by moving your body? You might doubt me, but try it out by sitting more confidently and you will notice the difference immediately. Like this is a normal posture and sitting a confidence posture. This is what Cuddy noticed in her lectures at Harvard Business School, where she tells her students that their participation and posture will affect their grades. She is learned by observing those who exhibit poor posture, which is reflects and reinforces their low self-esteem, and that it determines their performance in the class as well. Those with the worst grades in her class are always the students with a poor posture, such as sitting on the edges of the room, putting their heads down, and not sitting straight. These are the 3 things that she observed, like those who sit on the edges of the room, putting their heads down and not sitting straight like this. But she also performed research to determine how much the way people carry themselves affects the activation of the approach system. She had one group of participants practice power poses while the others were asked to mimic examples of poor posture. Of the 2 groups, 33% of those who had performed a power poses showed signs of an elevated approach system, which we talk about trying something new things and be adventurous, while only 8% of those with poor posture did. So if you want to feel more confident, remember that acting confident in you, how do you sit or how do you stand, will work to activate the parts of your brain that make you more courageous. So the takeaway of this book summary today is change your posture when you are feeling low confidence and do some research on power poses. Let me showcase what are the power poses that you can sit or how can you make stand. Do some research on this power poses and just observe before how do you feel the means what are your feelings before doing this, after doing this what is your feeling. Okay, have the power posture in sitting or else have the power posture in standing. Okay, this is the task that you can do today and just observe the changes that you have gone through. So presence means like bringing your boldest self to your biggest challenge. The main quotation that we have seen today is focus less on the impression you are making on others and focus more on the impression that you are making on yourself. This is all about today's summary. Let me repeat the top 3 lessons again. Find and write about your top core value. Remember the past wins. Change your posture to feel better. This is all about today's book summary. See you in another book summary tomorrow. Until then, stay connected, keep progressing. If you have any queries, shoot out your questions right now.